My name is Barbara Melem. I'm Communications and Sustainability Manager at IHS Cameroon. Yes, IHS Towers is one of the largest telecommunication operator over the world. IHS is cooperating in 11 markets, including 7 African countries. Amongst others, we have Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, Rwanda, and Egypt. But IHS is in Cameroon for the past 11 years, that is since 2002. We are operating locally here in Cameroon. Well, our sustainability agenda basically works on 4 main pillars. The first one is ethics and governance, education and economic growth, environment and climate change, and our people and communities. So we have a huge number of projects carried out in the framework of these 4 pillars, and the projects are being selected in various ways. We could have projects that will come through the community directly, that is a request raised by communities. We could have some based on our employee engagement, whereby we call on our employees to provide sustainability projects, and then we support and achieve them. It's a year program indeed. Every year, this is the 3rd year that we had that internal competition we call My Best Storytelling for a Community, and every year employees are called to provide projects falling within the 4 pillars that we carry on. And thirdly, we learn from what we call experience sharing with our various markets, whereby we have sessions, discussions. We have a monthly call and the best experience in other markets that could be implemented in our own markets. Yes, for 2023, I wish to share 2 flagship initiatives we carried out. I'll start with the one that is currently ongoing and which might be closed by end of this year, that is December. IHS is the first company that is bringing back life to the Northwest and Southwest. Maybe some try to, but we are going there fully on ground, thanks to our project called the Tower Kiosk. What is it all about? The Tower Kiosk is a project whereby IHS is constructing some kiosk next to our towers, and that is the reason why we are calling them Tower Kiosk, that are going to be sustained in terms of grid thanks to our towers, whereby we are providing a huge number of services to the populations and the community. The main objective being to enable population come back to their native and mother lands in the Northwest and Southwest. For 2023, the pilot areas selected for the project are Santa in the Northwest, Tombel and Idinao in the Southwest. What is it all about? The Tower Kiosk is built in a format of a kiosk, a miniature household where you find household items. You easily get access to internet because we've put there 4 desktops to enable the population access internet, digital learning, a printer so that they could print their documents, a TV set to enable them access information on due time, because we are going to equip the TV set with a connection. I don't want to publicize any mark here, but it will be available. A TV will be available to them, giving them a window to the world, because they're going to have several of those international local channels over there. So we have a fridge inside whereby they're going to display things from their agricultural activities and some commodities for the house, and most importantly that internet, as I told you, and spaces for them to come and charge their phones, because we've discovered that grid is a serious issue in those areas. So we have 4 positions inside the kiosk for them to come and charge their phones. Thanks to the local community who has been so welcoming to this project, we hope things are going to be done in the days ahead and closed by end of this year. And we are targeting to touch a minimum population of 25,000 people in the 3 regions, in the 3 areas. And next year, the project will continue into other selected areas, thanks to the population and community commitment, thanks to our strategic partner, mostly USAID, NUDP, UNHCR, and the Jesuit Refugee Services. The second flagship program is the ICT Center. We provided to the Government Bilingual High School Sodiko in Douala, whereby we totally refurbish their existing ICT center, equipped and provided a new brand ICT center to the school, populated with around more than 2,000 students and a huge community of like 50 teachers. The new ICT center we provided is equipped of 30 computers, giving way to 2 seats per computer. That is total number of a class, 60 students. You can imagine how impactful it could be for a school. The ICT center is equally equipped with 2 ACs, and mostly we've provided internet for a full year. I'm not saying a school year, 1 full year. That is from October 2023 that we delivered to October 2024, the school is going to be provided with internet free, giving room to teachers to prepare their notes, to access information, and to upgrade their level for those who wish to, because it is at their disposal. We handed it out to the community in the presence of the Ministry of Secondary Education, and this is one of our best success stories in 2023. IHS Towers as a whole, IHS Towers' mission is to be the leading provider of communication infrastructures to mobile network operators worldwide. So our vision is to create a connected world where communication promotes continuous economic growth and social development throughout emerging markets. Through IHS 4 pillars, sustainability pillars, IHS Cameroon seeks to target the specific needs of the Cameroonian people. There are several key projects in addition to what I've just listed as main or flagship projects for 2023. So far, we've done so many for our communities, and I can haphazardly just list a few number of them, like providing drilling and irrigation boreholes to the population, donating recycled generators to facilities. We have a huge program of generator donation that holds every year. We've held health campaign across nation. We've donated medical equipment to several facilities during COVID times, normal periods. We are supporting the Ministry of Health. We are supporting education thanks to our back to school campaigns and digitalization. We are equally organizing seminars on ethics, which is one of our strongest pillars, seminars on ethics, and participating in our sector at specific activities such as forums, workshops, and so forth. And mostly, IHS Cameroon is the first private company to partner with the USAID. That happened last year, 2022, but we're still proud of it because up to date, no other private company has succeeded to achieve this key milestone. So this is what I could say about our strategy. Well, in terms of report, we have an annual report, a sustainability annual report from IHS Group that is always available by May next year. That is, that report provides an overall report on our various markets in terms of impact, figures, facts, flagship initiatives, and so forth. You can access the reports by going to www.ihstowers.com, and you'll be able to find there every information regarding IHS Towers sustainability agenda for each year. But in terms of what we do here on a daily basis in Cameroon, we keep records, we track every information, and we have a reporting, a day-to-day report on what we do, but mostly a monthly report on our activity that are kept and shared with our other market and mostly our group. And it's quite important to note it, that report provides relevant information, facts, figures. As I said, you have testimonials from people on the ground, you have consent and approvals from the communities, which are mostly signed. You may even have video and record tapes. You have a huge number of items that support that reporting, but all relevancies are available at our sustainability and communications unit at any time you might require it. Well, in terms of reporting, I wish it's very important I could point out maybe by picking a few within 1 or 2 projects we've carried out in 2023. Maybe for our environmental pillar, we had a tree planting activity in the North region, whereby I think it was 1,000 trees were planted in Gawa and Marwa. So if you come to our sustainability unit today, you have a few testimonials from people, head of those communities that we visited. They signed in documents showing that yes, we approved they signed document whereby they approved, they showed their consent of accepting us coming to their community, planting trees together with them because they participate. The community is always involved. We have testimonials like that. We can even go further by checking, because some schools were impacted, and for each school that is impacted for the environmental project, we have the principal's consent. He signs, we have his visa on the document showing that yes, this is the number of trees that we planted and these are the areas that we got those trees planted. And next year, before we carry another project of such, if we are to carry it, or even if we are not carrying it, we need to go back and check and survey those places that the trees were planted. What have become of the tree? What are they becoming? Are they growing? Has the community engagement stopped after we left, or is it continuing? It's very important to do it. And maybe I'll come out with this other one. For the ICT Center we recently commissioned in Douala, before getting all those students involved in the process, we needed to have consent from their parents, consent from the teachers, even the principal, signing document with us. We have an acceptance letter that was signed by the principal to say, okay, I am accepting this donation that is made up of 1, 2, 3. He will list it, we listed it, computers, this number, chairs, this number, tables, this number, ICT, this number. I accept the donation from IHS Cameroon and I'm accountable for its management. I will manage it, and in case of any issue, this is one card. We do it most often. And for the children, that maybe there are some companies that can use children images and so forth in their videos just for publicity or advertising purposes. No, we don't do that. We require parent consent. Are you allowing your child to be part of this because this is what we are going to do? They sign, and we have all those relevance with us. The number of children that appeared in our video, the number of teachers that were there, they signed and provided consent before everything could be done with them. Before measuring or before getting to the measurement of the impact of the ICT Center, it's good to recall to the memories of all those that may watch this video, the criteria that enable us selecting that particular school. It is very important and critical. ICT Center, it's a project we are carrying. Next year we'll have some other ICT centers in the country, but before getting or selecting a school, we have a huge number of work that is done background. We need to survey. For this year, for example, we're having schools. We had proposals from the Southwest, the Littoral, and the North regions. So we went down on the field We have some pictures. We can show you all those schools before and after. I personally visited some of those schools, and those who watch us, some may remember that we passed through their schools. So we have a committee. We went down together with our engineers. We surveyed those schools and selected amongst the schools that we visited the most needy. The most needy in terms of how does the school look like. We discovered in Sodiko a school where computers were left in a leaking room, and it was during rainy season. You can't imagine how horrible it was. We were just asking ourselves, how come students can be sitting in this room from September and having normal classes with the rainfall? And you can imagine how the downpour in Douala is heavy. We visited the school July before getting into the project. Secondly, Sodiko was selected because of its situation. It is a school, for those who know Douala, Sodiko is at the west entrance of the town. That is the way to the southwest region and the west regions, and northwest was so. The huge community of internally displaced students that are there, it is the first criteria that enable or facilitate our decision. You won't believe it, but the school is bearing more than 300 students from the internal displaced family. And thirdly, went back together with the Ministry of Secondary Education and evaluated their performance. It is very important. Government Bilingual High School Sodiko had the best score in the BPC French system examination last year. It is very important people know that we are not only doing what is sustainable, impactful, we are only looking for what is performant as IHS is. And in terms of education, we are here to support Cameroon to provide the best education and equip the youth to be amongst the best in Africa and in the world. Personally, I think it is very important to have a vision. Define the strategy objectives that can embody the vision, and then recruit or cast and retain the right and best talent to deliver on those objectives. It is very critical to the success. It is very important, human resources. IHS Cameroon was formed in 2012. But our sustainability program started or kicked off or took shape in the late past 5 years, you know. The company was first focused on embedding its operations, delivering connectivity to the local communities before then expanding its sustainability agenda. However, thanks to the supportive management, as I was raising up a couple of minutes ago, the supportive management team, we have been able to make great progress in a relatively short period, because what we've completed, what we've achieved so far, it's just incredible that we've been able to do it, because at the meantime, we're having serious crises like the COVID crisis that came and stuck also on a good number of activities. But I can assure you, for the past 5 years, IHS has completed a lot within Cameroon in terms of sustainability and development. Well, in our sector, sustainability and ESG related issues are critical to the business and to the success and longevity of our activity. The market has become more competitive than ever, and progress has been made so far thanks to the efforts of mobile network operators locally here in Cameroon, and as well as infrastructure providers. There is still scope, however, for improvement, and government and other stakeholders groups need to support the private sector. This is my key message. Because at IHS, we strive to deliver impactful, sustainable initiatives that drive or address our local communities' most pressing needs and work with local partners throughout. But as a private company, we need support from both those communities, the government and other stakeholders involved in the welfare of our communities. We can't do without the support of each part of this component, because it is thanks to this perfect collaboration that we can succeed in our plans. We can achieve and complete our mission to provide better life, successful and delivery, successful and sustainable projects into our various communities.